Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm also doing another review called the UFC Random Review on a event that happened in January 31st of 2015 for UFC 183. This event took place in MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, had 13,114 people in the attendance. Total gate actually made $4.5 million, and its buy rate was 650,000. So it actually was pretty successful for a UFC event. I mean, it wasn't like no million buy rates like some boxing events that have gotten that, like UFC events or like Mayweather events, but pretty damn close to it. So let's get into some of the shit that happened during this event. I watched 4 out of the 5 main card fights that I will go over with you. First fight, that was Thiago Alves versus Jordan Meehan. This fight actually was looking like Jordan was going to walk away with this victory. By the second round, though, Thiago Alves had a just to give you a history lesson a little bit about Thiago Alves, he was on a winning streak, actually competed for the UFC welterweight championship against George St. Pierre. Of course, he did not walk away with that title. George St. Pierre is probably by far the best UFC welterweight champions of all time, outside of maybe Matt Hughes. But this fight ended up being pretty close in the beginning. But in the second round, Thiago Alves picked it up. Looked like he lost a step or two. He was very hesitant in what he was trying to do against Jordan Meehan. But eventually he walked away with the victory. He kicked him right in the gut, knocked him on the ground, and started hitting him with a couple of punches to the face to make sure the referee could stay to stop the fight, which that is what happened. Thiago Alves walks away with the victory. Very nice fight. Very enjoyable. Definitely well worth watching for this event. Alacuta versus Joe Lauzon. Alacuta, Alacuta is actually a very good fighter. He's actually came back just recently, this past a couple of months ago against against an opponent in a co-main event in April, which I was watching last night. Kind of fell asleep, but couldn't finish up the rest of the event. So I'll definitely check that out later on today. I may actually end up having that as my next random review, more than likely. And Alacuta walked away with the victory against Joe Lauzon. Joe Lauzon, though, he actually really looked like he was going to win this fight. This fight went back and forth all over the place. And finally, Alacuta hit him with a nice shot, and he was relentless. He kept hitting him, kept doing whatever he had to do to knock this motherfucker out. These guys didn't really take this fight to the ground very much. Joe Lauzon, I'm a little surprised. He's actually known for having his fights on the ground more often. But Joe Lauzon didn't really do that here. And he actually stunned Alacuta at one point during the fight and looked like he was going to win this fight. So this fight went back and forth for 2 rounds. In the second round, with 3 minutes and 34 seconds in, Alacuta wins the victory by TKO. Very nice fight. I love this fight. It was very fun to watch. Fucking great fight. This whole card, really, to be honest with you, was well worth watching. If you have UFC Fight Pass, definitely check this whole pay-per-view out, the main card at least, because this was freaking unbelievable. Tyrone Woodley and Calvin Gastelum. Calvin Gastelum did not make weight, so it was a catchweight match. Unfortunately, later on, this was a welterweight division. Later on, Kevin Gastelum just gave up and moved up to the middleweight division because he really just could not he couldn't get the weight. He couldn't meet weight, and he just let it go and just moved on to the middleweight division, which right now he's doing He did recently, though, lose to Chris Weidman, which I watched. If you guys didn't see that on UFC on Fox, you really should check it out on UFC Fight Pass if you have it. If you don't, I recommend getting it if you're a UFC fan. It's fucking fun as hell to watch. They give you a lot of content, like WWE. If you're a wrestling fan, definitely check them out, and so forth. This fight between Tyrone Woodley and Kevin Gastelum was a very close fight. Tyrone Woodley walks away with the victory with a split decision, which was really close. And Tyrone Woodley looked very dominant. I think that Tyrone Woodley had the advantage over Kevin Gastelum because Kevin Gastelum was just overweight. He was competing against a guy that was a little bit way faster than him. Actually, I shouldn't say a little bit faster, way faster. And I just think that that fight was really um, unbelievable. Uh, so here's the deal. We then had Anderson Silva versus Nick Diaz. This fight really, at the end of the day, had a finish. Anderson Silva won this match, uh, and Nick Diaz lost by decision. The fight had a no contest, though. It was overturned, even though the fight went a full 5 rounds. I'm trying to see if I can find anything based on the situation that happened. Oh, originally a unanimous decision was won by Silva, overturned after he tested positive for trazodone and androsterone. I guess it was something that he wasn't supposed to have in his system going into the fight. Thank God it wasn't any kind of steroids or anything. I don't think those are actual steroid type drugs. I think that's for something else. For at the time, Anderson Silva was dealing with a very bad leg injury that he had sustained against Chris Weidman in UFC 168, and he got his leg broken during that event. So I think that those drugs were used for that pain that he probably was going through with his leg. So I'm kind of assuming that. Diaz also tested positive for marijuana, which is no mind blower. I mean, if you follow mixed martial arts at all about Nick Diaz, he's well known for being a fucking pothead, and it is worth saying that that's a good reason to be one based on what he does for a living. I mean, he must go through a lot of pain, and it probably helps him out a lot in dealing with training and so forth, and also dealing with what happens in his fights. At the end of the day, Anderson Silva did win this match decisively, and well, it wasn't decisively, but Nick Diaz, he thinks that the fight was a fucking screw job in judges because the judges don't like him, which is a crock of shit. He just is not a good fighter as his brother Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is a great fighter in comparison to Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz couldn't box his way out of a paper bag. Nate Diaz could beat Nick Diaz's ass. So that's just my opinion. What's yours? Leave your comments and opinions down below. I'd definitely like to hear from you guys. But other than that, there's nothing much more to report on this event. It was a very decent event. Action overall. It was entertaining. Hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was kind of short and sweet, to the point, but it was also fun doing this video. I love doing the UFC random reviews with you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the thumbs up if you liked it. Leave your comments and opinions down below. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, what the fuck are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button. And I'll definitely come out with another video. Sorry guys with the WWE Raw and SmackDown reviews that last week I did those. This week I'm not. There was nothing going on with Raw or SmackDown. If you check that show out, both of them, there was nothing big going on. But that's not here or there. So that's my reason for not posting those two videos like I did last week. I know I was getting back in the swing of things, but both shows were not exactly worth reporting or reviewing at this point. It was just a mind-numbing show all around for both shows. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, leave comments and things down below, and hit the subscribe button.